Driving into town, looking rather smug and seeing the sights on the way. Into the industrial estate where I look at my car and buy some oil and look at my biryani in the food. Let's go back and lay out the carpeting, get the engine warmed up. Oh, there's a light bulb.
So, as you may well have gathered by that simply ridiculous song there, I'm about to do an oil change, an oil change on this car here, Prince Andrew. It is a lovely Sweetail series engine. They're a cracking engine, these. I have gone on about this probably enough, but I'm just waiting for it to warm up so that the oil can be a bit more liquidy. I don't know when this oil was last changed, but I do know that it's done at least 6,000 miles, or is that 3,000 miles with Richard, the previous owner, without an oil change. So it definitely does need doing. Now the question is this actually the correct oil filter? Because I do have one just like that knocking about somewhere, although I don't know where it is now. I was looking for it this morning. Gosh, that's a bit thick there. Why does that always happen? There is no need for it to be done up that tightly. No need at all. Right. That's pretty black. And not only is it black, it's not wiping off, which means it is truly manky. Oh yes, oh, look at that, it's not wiping off at all. So it's just as well I am doing this, because it's way overdue brake cleaner. But actually a better solution would have been sticking some of those gloves on in the first place, which I have loads of. I have loads of them all the right size as well. There's no excuse for getting ultimately grubby fingers. But what am I going to do with those later? One of the reasons that might have been done up so tightly is because there's no copper washer on there. That's what you need. Oh, hang on, there is a washer. There's a steel washer. It's not the right kind, is it? The thing is, a copper washer compresses and then stops any liquid from coming through. Right. That could do with being magnetic as well. Next door. There we go. That will work better. And now, will the oil filter come off without any trouble? Oh gosh, that is a bit on the full side actually. Yes. This time we want some gloves on, because this will get dirty. It'll get rather dirty indeed. Yes. I mean, this is a seriously unprofessional way of doing it, but it is a way of doing it where the oil can be disposed of without getting it all over the carpet. And so far, no spillages. But will that continue? You can't even see what I'm doing anyway. And that's why I'm going to move my tripod. A little bit of oily carpet there. I'm sure it's seen worse. This time I kept the gloves on right up until I took them off, and then got an oily thumb taking them off. It's not going to do any harm to give the surrounding area a bit of a clean up, and then once the things are fitted, you get a bit of brake cleaner so I can, well, observe and monitor the subsequent leaky oily bits. Basically the job done, except for the most important bit. It's going in a lot thicker. It's like a syrupy syrupy golden colour. It's very thick actually. Just like a reality TV star. Reassuringly thick. 3 cups of tea and 2 toilet breaks later, I am ready to switch on the engine. The leaks, there shouldn't be any of, but proving so, it's just advisable. And no leaks. Why would there be? Don't know about you, but I can hear a slight boost leak, I think, but I'm not sure where from. Engine cover off. I like the engine cover off. Makes it look more like a tractor engine, which is good because that's kind of what it is. Well, that was fruitless. Couldn't find anything wrong. Before I get on to my next little job with this car, which will be something to do with the seat belt, I have a little parcel to send. And the post office is closed. It's always closed, that post office. Let's now have a look at the seatbelt problem with Prince Andrew. There is the seatbelt in question. My wife got into this car, pulled the seatbelt, and it got stuck. I tried to free it up and it wouldn't. So a couple of days later, Tom got into it, just pulled it down, it was fine. Wife got into it, stuck. Then Boaty got into it, it's fine. So, the way I do it, it's fine. There we go, plugged in. Now my wife tried it again last night and it didn't work. And what I've suggested that she's doing is kind of yanking it a bit like that, and I can't find anything wrong with it. It's perfectly okay. However, what I will do, because yesterday and another day we ended up going out in Nigel rather than this car, not that that's a problem, is just blow some air into it to see if I can remove any dust. I meant to come out of work ever so slightly earlier just so I could avoid this traffic, but I didn't. I forgot. I got distracted. Could not stop there. Does having an oil change make the car perform better? Well, I don't really see how it can, but some say it does. And in some other ways, I might think it might make it worse, because the old oil that was in there was really, really runny, whereas the new stuff is quite a bit thicker. I can't see any reason whatsoever why it would feel any different. And it's raining, so I'm not going to get the opportunity. So the slightest difference that it could possibly make, I'll never find out, because tomorrow I will have forgotten what it felt like yesterday. I can't tell any difference. I would like to have something else to report though, because after all, unless I was to do a oil change at real speed, it's not going to be much of a video, is it? And I prefer my videos to be 10 minutes long. So, does it feel any quicker? No. Does it feel more luxurious now that I've fitted a bit of trim back on? Not from here. No, it doesn't. Is there anything else I should have done with this car? Yeah. Yes, there is. What else can I do? Vacuum it? Start to get rid of some of the scratches that don't show up on the silver? Oh yes, all of those kind of things. But the thing is, they're not that exciting. Maybe find a stereo that actually fits. Well, this one fits, but it doesn't switch on. Maybe I should plug it in. I suppose I could have taken this door card off and found out why the window doesn't go up straight. I've noticed this a few times. You end up with a window that starts to go up at a bit of an angle, and then if you just keep it going, you're going to have the window popping out on the edge with a gap that big, which will let rain in. But I didn't get around to that, probably because I got a bit more distracted with sending off a power steering pump
that was once owned by lovely little Eric. Another part helping to save another Rover somewhere else.